I'm Brian Wilfong. I'm the Public Relations and Marketing Coordinator at C-TEC of Licking County. And the high school is starting just under 2 months away now. So our high school admin team wanted to share some information with our incoming juniors and seniors and their parents. So first off, let's introduce the high school administrative staff. First off, Dean Ream.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Ream. I'm the Dean of Students here at C-TEC. Nice to meet y'all.
Ms. Bowers.
Hi, I'm Laura Bowers. I'm one of the assistant directors here, and I oversee a number of the career tech programs.
Mr. McNichol.
Thank you. My name is Mike McNichol, the other assistant director, and I supervise testing in academics.
And finally, Ms. Snow.
Thank you, Mr. Wilfong. I am Michelle Snow. I'm the director here at C-TEC, and I oversee mostly the health programs, but also operations throughout the day here at the Secondary Center, 11th and 12th grade students.
All right, thank you. Thank you all for participating today. So we'll jump right into it. Some of the questions that we get from incoming students, one of the big ones is discipline and attendance. What does that look like during the school year? So Dean Ream, that is your bailiwick right there.
It is. So we certainly like to make sure that students set themselves up for a very positive 2 years here. So doing so would mean being here at school regularly and being involved in everything that is available to you. We have a lot of different opportunities for students to get involved. And of course, we have your lab and your academics. We definitely want to make sure that you're working hard in all of those and staying on task and getting the support you need. So we do like to see you here as regularly as possible. So we have our policy available in our handbook, which is online. We do ask that students have no more than 20 absence days total in their 2 years here, and that if students do have a need to be absent, to make sure that they're communicating with the attendance office, so that way we can make sure that we get homework made up and that we get all the information to families and then also back to the students. Interactions I deal with, there are still, interactions with the teacher as well. So there's still the traditional warnings and detentions, but anything beyond that, it would involve me. Have both our PACE program and we also have PBIS. So our PACE is positive achievements in career education. So students are doing everything that we expect them to do, getting good grades, having good attendance, good behavior. We have quarterly ceremonies that are a little bit larger, and then we also do even weekly shout outs. We do class of the week, and we also do through PBIS, we have lotteries and different prizes that are available to students who are just rocking it.
Excellent, thank you. So another question that we get asked quite often is concerning fees, school uniforms, tools at the beginning of the year. Ms. Bowers, what does that look like for an incoming student?
That's a great question. We get that a lot every year. And the short answer to that is you don't need your tools necessarily the first day. There's a lot of other activity here those first few days of school, just kind of getting your orientation to where are your classes, where is your lab, all of that kind of information. A lot of emphasis on safety and those sorts of things to make sure you're really ready to go when it's time. So to bring in your big toolboxes or what have you is not really necessary those first few days even. Uniforms, actually, most of the uniform deadlines are coming up to that first round of orders later this week. I believe July 1, I saw in some of the forms. So it'll be completely feasible to be in uniform day one. We always look like looking out in the auditorium to see all the bright colors and the groups in the scrubs and so on. So we look forward to seeing that right out of the gate. In terms of fees, those will be updated and posted very soon. You would have, if you came for signing day, you would have received a tentative draft. And those stay pretty solid of what they will be for next school year. It's only minor changes. So there'll be more information about that forthcoming though. But look on our website for updates.
And what's on the website will be what's been board approved and for the next year once they're updated.
Yes, correct. CTESOs are the Career Tech student organizations, and we have Skills USA, we have HOSA for our health occupations, we have FCCLA, which would be our culinary arts program, and we have Ed Rising for our teaching careers. Skills USA is by and large the biggest of our groups. It involves many of the programs in my area, a lot of the trade and industrial. And in fact, we just had 2 students compete at nationals for Skills USA last week. So we're involved in a number of activities through the year. We have, I think, 4 or 5 meetings per year of each of the chapters. And our one big fundraiser that I'm really looking forward to bringing back this year is our craft show, and that involves all of the CTESOs and all the advisors and most of the staff. And so I'm really looking forward to bringing that back. But the CTESOs are a really great opportunity for not only leadership opportunities, but some skill-specific competitions. And it's what we call co-curricular. So it's pretty much embedded in every one of the programs that students have that opportunity to be involved in to compete.
Mr. McNichol, another big question that kind of pops up throughout the summer, scheduling. How do I know where to go the first day? I have course requests, a lot of information there. How does that work?
Well, scheduling at C-TEC is a little bit different than probably most of our home schools. The lab itself, in most instances, is going to be 3 periods out of the school day. So that really changes what students can take. That takes care of a lot of their elective. As they come into their junior year, they're all going to take an English class, a math class, and 99% of the students are going to take government. There are also some other programs that require a science class their junior year. The math class is determined based upon what is already on their transcript and the grade that they achieved in that class. So there's really not a whole lot of flexibility. Once a student does receive a schedule, if the classes are probably not the best fit or appropriate, we can always make those changes. But the students are going to take, most of the students are going to take 3, some are going to take 4 classes, and some of the science classes are going to be determined based upon the students' programs. We will have those schedules to students at least by the first day of school, obviously, and there'll be more information forthcoming about how the students access those. We're not using lockers. We have really chosen not to use them. If there is a need, we do have academic lockers available. There are lockers available to most of the programs in their labs. So we won't have, and those will be given out by their lab teachers, but we won't have a typical academic lockers available unless there's a specific need.
And we get this question quite a bit over the summer too, and we hope that this doesn't have to be utilized, but if a student comes to C-TEC and it's not the right fit, or they want to go back to their home school, there is a deadline for making that decision, correct?
That's really a great question, because I think one of the things we want to do here is make sure that we're supporting the student need. And in order to do that, it's got to be a good fit for the student. And we realize that not all students would be a great fit. This isn't a great fit for them. So up until the second Friday, the second week of school, the student can transfer back to their home school. So any time prior to that, if a student determines it's not a good fit for them, he or she is able to return. After that, the student is here until the end of the first semester.
Okay. And we only bring that up just to maybe relieve some anxiety that someone might be feeling like, what if I get there and it's not for me? That's built in. I mean, give it a try, and we'll do what's best for the students.
And I think a lot of students, when they come here, there's a lot of anxiety because there is a lot of unknown, and the student might not know a whole lot of people. But the beauty of it is that we've got 400 students in the same boat, where very few of them know each other, and they will get to know each other relatively quick and relatively easy. That student is not alone.
So, Ms. Snow, lots of questions this year and lots of changes in terms of registration and payment of fees and things like that. Would you talk a little bit about what's happening in that arena?
Sure, absolutely. So we are going to do what we did last year as far as student registration. Typically, we have a couple days where students can come in and pick up their schedules, pick up the school fees, pay their school fees, get their picture taken for their ID badge. We did have our signing day event this year where those ID badges were taken. We will have a follow-up date on our junior orientation day, which junior orientation this year is August the 18th. So that will be a junior only day where juniors will just be oriented to our building. Then on the 19th, all students will be in the building for another orientation day. So it'll be junior senior orientation day because a lot of our seniors just went through a modified orientation last year. So we're going to go through that whole thing all over again for seniors this year so that they can get oriented to our entire building and not just the areas that they were in this year. So we are going to open up our registration. It'll be all online registration. That will open on July the 21st. And it will close on Thursday, August 5th. So once that window opens up, please make sure you go to our website and fill out a registration form if you're planning on coming to C-TEC and you've been accepted into the programs of your choice. Fill out that registration form. You can also pay your school fees online, and there'll be directions on the registration form on how to do that. As far as free and reduced lunch forms for next year, we do have, there will be a form available for you to fill out. However, all students, again, for the 21-22 school year will receive a free lunch through the USDA. So we will have forms though, however, for fee waivers. If you are a student in need and would like to have us review your form to see if you are eligible for a fee and or uniform waiver, we will have that form available to you in the next couple of weeks, and that information will be coming out.
Okay. So next year lunches are provided again as they were this year.
That is correct for the entire school year for all juniors and seniors in the building.
Good deal.
Of the school year, we are going to be back to a full face-to-face schedule with all juniors and seniors in the building. Obviously, if there's any changes with the Licking County Health Department or the Ohio Department of Health, we would abide by what those specifications are at that time. But at this point, we've been working on our full return to face-to-face in session for both labs and our academic courses.
Excellent. Thank you. Is there anything else that any of you want to share at this time?
I guess we just like to say we're excited to see the juniors come in. Can't wait to see the seniors back in. Hopefully a more regular schedule. Enjoy the remainder of your summer. I don't know how many weeks are left, but 6 or 7 weeks left here. Enjoy it. We're excited to have new faces in the building and get our labs back up and running again.
Excellent. Well, Mr. McNichol, Ms. Bowers, Dean Ream, Ms. Snow, thank you very much for your time. Parents and students, we hope we've answered some of your questions. Feel free to call if needed. Our website, ctec.edu, is a resource where most of the things that we've mentioned are also available. Thank you all and have a good rest of the summer. We'll see you soon.